Hey there, folks. Welcome again to another edition of the Nashville Lift Zone. I am your host, DJ Rockwell, and today I'm going to talk real quickly about the police, the 5-0, the fuzz, all that. Because being a rideshare driver with Lyft or Uber, you are going to encounter the police and get pulled over at some point for one reason or another. So first, let's talk about what you should do when you get pulled over, and then I'll give you some examples of the couple times that I've been pulled over since I've been doing this. But number one, whether you're ride sharing or not, you get pulled over by the police, immediately pull over in a safe location. Don't pull over in the middle of the road. Find a little parking lot or something off to the side where you can pull off and you're going to be safe, and the officer's going to be safe and not have to worry about getting hit by oncoming traffic. The second thing is I always roll down all the windows so that when he approaches, he can see inside the car easily without any kind of restrictions, especially since I have my windows are all tinted. So I roll those down so that he can very easily, look inside the car, because I don't have anything to hide.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Thank you, Waze. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn Waze off. But anyway, I'll roll the windows down, and I've got both hands on the steering wheel when he approaches and gets up next to the car. Now, before he gets up, I've got my dash camera, which is attached to my rear view mirror, and the cameras rotate on that, so I will turn the one camera so that it's pointing towards the window here, just in case there is some kind of an issue, that I have a video recording of the conversation with the police officer, and that's another video that I did. I'll try to include a link to that. About the dash cam. But anyway, he walks up to the car. I've got both of my hands on the wheel, and the next thing that you need to do is you need to be polite and courteous. Be friendly. Don't be copping an attitude to a cop. You get into a pissing contest with a cop, you're gonna lose. I don't care if he's just pulling you over because you ran a stop sign or whatever. You cop attitude, or you throw attitude at a cop, that's not going to be good. You're probably going to end up with in a worse situation than whatever you got pulled over for. So anyway, the cops over here, I give a polite greeting like, "Good evening, officer. I hope you're having a good night. What seems to be the problem? Where did I mess up?" Something like that. And then, he'll tell you, why he pulled you over. And then, at some point, he's going to ask for your driver's license and your insurance registration. So what I always do is, normally my wallet is in my pocket. So what I will do is I will, tell the officer with both hands on the steering wheel that I'm going to take my left hand and reach into my pocket and get my wallet out so I can get him the license, and then I'm going to put my hand back on the steering wheel, and then my license or my registration and insurance is in my glove box. Then I tell him once I get you the license, I'm going to take my right hand. Mindful, keeping my other hand on the steering wheel, I'm going to take my right hand and reach into the glove box and get the rest of the information that you need. And as long as you're courteous, polite, they're typically not going to have too much of an issue with you. All the couple times that I've been pulled over since I started doing this, that's what I've done. It's been a real, friendly, conversation, a real friendly exchange. And another thing that helps is make sure that you've got your trade dress on your car. In trade dress is my glow stash for LYFT on the dashboard, my LYFT placard on the window, the front windshield, the 2 LYFT stickers on the 2 rear side windows, and I've also got another rear sticker which you can kind of see. It's right about there. I think that's it. Yeah, that is the one that's LYFT. But yeah, so from any angle he approaches the car, he can already see that I'm a LYFT driver. I'm a LYFT vehicle. I'm a taxi cab. And one of the officers actually that pulled me over, as he's walking up to the, from behind me up to the car, he, kind of reaches up and taps that, just a little friendly tap, like, like, I'm glad to see that kind of a tap on that windshield, or on that rear window. But yeah, make sure that you're polite, you're courteous. You give him all the information. Don't make sudden moves. And if he asks you to get something for him, briefly tell him, okay, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take my left hand off the steering wheel and reach into my left pocket and get my wallet. And then I'm gonna put that hand back on the steering wheel, and I'm gonna take my right hand off and get the other information out of the glove box for you. And that's just safe. And if you show the officers respect, they're generally going to show you respect. Now, I know that with everything that's going on in the country right now, that's not always the case. Depending on what city you're in. But here in Nashville, Tennessee, so far I've only had encounters with some real friendly police officers. I even talked to a couple of them when I've stopped at a gas station, to use the bathroom or something. And now we got a big traffic jam up here. But anyway, that's my advice. Don't ever, get pissy with the officer, because he's going to get pissy with you. And, you make the officer pissed off and be confrontational with him. You're not going to be sitting in the front seat of your car. You're going to be sitting in the back seat of his car. And that's just not going to be a good day. That's not good for you. You probably would get deactivated as a Lyft or Uber driver, depending on what it was. But yeah, that's just not a good situation. Don't ever do that. Now, real quickly, the couple times that I've been pulled over, the first one was just a couple days after I actually first started doing this, which was about 6 weeks ago. And I'm new to Nashville, Tennessee, so especially then, I didn't really know the roads. I didn't know where I was. I knew where downtown was, and if I could see the downtown skyscrapers, that's the direction I wanted to head. Other than that, I relied on the GPS to tell me where to go. But yeah, in this one, the first one, that was totally my fault, because I actually committed 3 moving violations within a couple seconds. So that's not good. And what it was there was a flashing red light, and then about a car lengths in front of that flashing red light was another flashing red light. And I made a rolling stop through the first flashing red, and then went past the line and came to a complete stop at the second light, and then made an illegal left turn on the main street, which where I was, there's no left turns. You can only turn right on the main street there. And I looked around. I didn't see any cop. This is after dark. I don't remember what time it was, but it wasn't too late. But I didn't see him anywhere. I don't know where he came from. But as soon as I made that illegal left turn, man, he was pulled right out, lights flashing right on my butt, and of course I immediately pulled over. I explained, I just moved up here. I'm a new driver for Lyft. I don't know my way around. I didn't realize I'd made that rolling stop or gone past the line. But admitted to him, yes, I kind of did know. I was trying to get back, that I made the illegal left turn. and you know, I was apologetic about it. I was sorry, you know, I'm sorry about that. You know, promise it won't happen again. And he let me off with a warning. And you know, have a good night, officer. You have a good night too, sir. So that was the first time. The second time was actually, if you've seen one of my other videos, I've got a little light bar on the grill of my car here, which was real cheap. It was only $26. And the reason I got that was because I grew up watching the TV show Knight Rider. So I've always been a big Knight Rider fan, and the light bar actually has a feature on it where you can set it on a red color and it'll just scan kind of back and forth, just like, you know, the car at Knight Rider did, Kit. But he, the second time I got pulled over, this was about a week after I actually had that on the car. And by this time I've passed hundreds of cops with this, you know, back and forth red light on the front of my car. Nobody's, you know, said anything to me, even tried to pull me over. But you know, I'm you know, this is about 3:30 in the morning, and I'm coming down Fifth Avenue in Nashville downtown, and making a left turn onto Broadway, which is, you know, right where all the bar areas are. Sorry, hands not on the wheel, I'm not moving. Traffic, I don't know what, there must be an accident up ahead. But yeah, I made this left turn, and this cop was sitting right there at that intersection. As soon as I go past him and make that left turn, he whips right around in a U-turn, right on my butt. And luckily there's, you know, on Broadway there's a loading lane for taxis and Lyft and Uber drivers and whatnot. So I immediately just, you know, pull right over into that, you know, rolled all the windows down. And that was the cop that actually, you know, tapped on the sticker, you know, as he was approaching. And I found out that any kind of flashing or pattern like the one I had, you know, this light bar has a ton of different patterns on it. But anything other than a solid color, a color that does not flash or have any kind of pattern or anything like that, he says that's okay. As long as it's on a solid color. Again, let me off with a warning. Again, I was extremely courteous and respectful towards him, and he was the same back to me. So, you know, so far, you know, no big deal. You know, I immediately turned the light bar off, and, you know, when I got home, I changed it to a solid color. Actually the next morning after that, before I'd even gotten home, actually, yeah, I didn't get home. I stopped at a gas station and then switched it there and turned it back on to a solid color, which I think was green or maybe purple. But then I'm taking a guy to the airport in the early morning, and the cop, airport cop, as we're approaching the, you know, destination, you know, drop-off terminal at the airport, one of the airport cops comes out into the, you know, little road and is like, "Hey," and I roll the window down, and he's like, "You need to take that off of your car." And I'm like, "Officer, I just had a conversation not 6 hours ago with the Nashville Metro PD that is perfectly legal. You know, as long as it's not flashing, which right now it's a solid color." And he's like, "Well, with everything that's going on in the country right now, you're just asking for trouble, and you need to take that off right now." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, you have a good day." And, you know, continued on through the terminal. It was a freaking airport cop, so he was just, I don't know what his problem was. And if someone can explain to me what the hell a light bar that's solid colors of purple has anything to do with all these cop shootings and people shooting cops, I don't see the connection. But apparently he thought there was one. But you know, no harm, no foul. The Metro PD had told me that everything's okay. Now flash forward, I guess that was maybe another week and a half ago, maybe, those two incidents. And then last night I get pulled over again. Now the other two times I got pulled over, there was no passenger in the car. It was just me. Well, last night I actually had a passenger in the car. and I made the unfortunate choice before I came in last night to turn that light bar to there's two shades of blue. There's a dark blue that really looks like a cop color, but there's also a real light blue color, and that's the one I had it set on. And I'm taking her home. We're leaving, coming down Broadway, leaving the bars. She didn't live too far. I mean, when he pulled me over, we were literally like 2 blocks from her apartment. I see him pull right behind me, lights on, and I start to pull over, and the passenger's like, "Oh no, you need to keep going straight." And I was like, "Well, he says that I'm gonna have to stop." I was like, "Oh God, I don't know what I did." She's like, I wasn't speeding because we just made a turn. I don't know what I did. But anyway, he comes up to the car, and we're going back and forth. Just going back and forth. I don't mean in a bad way. What did I do? You did this. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was bad. But I had a conversation with him about now the solid colors are okay, but not blue ones and not red ones. I kind of explained to him like what colors it does change to, and he's like, okay, well, this color, this color, this color, and this color, those are okay, but no reds, no shades of blues, definitely no flashing patterns. This was an actual traffic cop, so I don't know what the other one was. But he's like, that's what I mainly deal with is traffic violations. So just keep it on a solid color, you'll be okay. And then we, continue on, the 2 blocks onto her apartment. Again, he let me off with a warning. Again, very respectful to the police officer. So that's my stories there. And again, just be respectful to him, and you should get some respect back. And if you don't, that's why I have this dash camera here, that I can point towards that window, so in case there is a problem, then I've got it on tape. But anyway, that's my story for today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video. If you like it, then let me know. Leave a comment below. And be sure to subscribe to this channel. I've always got some new videos coming out. Sorry, this one's actually turning out to be the longest one yet. But it's kind of one of the most important ones. Because eventually you're going to get pulled over for one reason or another. In my case, it's really kind of been some small, stupid stuff. But one day it might be, I really screwed up and made a real U-turn where you're not supposed to. Anyway, it's been small stupid stuff for me, and I haven't had any real problems with it. But there's you do this long enough, eventually you're going to get one of those cops that's just trying to pick a fight with you or something like that. So always be respectful and courteous, and you should be okay. So yeah, y'all have a great day. Be sure to click the link in the description below if you want to sign up for LYFT. Use my promo code and get the bonus for completing 50 rides in 30 days, which right now in Nashville, that's $250. Other parts of the country, it is higher, a lot higher. Some places it's $500, $750. I think New York City right now is $1,000. And I also just heard that in Los Angeles right now, LYFT is offering a $5,000 sign-up bonus, but only if you use that promo code. And the conditions to get that $5 grand, it's real easy. So do all that. Click the link, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you again in the Nashville LYFT Zone.